Hey everyone, it's KS Bros back with another episode of the New York Mets franchise. I hope everyone is doing well. So in this episode, I want to start off by looking at our prospects. We just completed the draft, and with our first pick, we picked center fielder Balladares. And what's great, since these are all made-up players, I can pronounce these names however I want. But with our first pick, we picked the center fielder. The reason he stood out to me was his contact and his speed. I really like that as a center fielder. The one area of concern is his fielding. It is a little bit low, but he has 86 potential, so hopefully he can move that up. But that's been an area of need. That's been an area of need for the Mets for years, so hopefully we have finally solved that with Balladares. Now looking at our next player, we got starting pitcher Lewandowski, and he has 86 potential as well. He is only 57 overall, so he's going to take a couple years to develop. But what stood out to me with this guy was his velocity. It's already at 78, and I know it was projected to be high 90s. Now our third player, I had to pick him for his name, a great cartoon name, Sammy Bravo. I know we have Brett Baty as our big third base prospect, but I looked at this guy. He was a switch hitter. I thought he'd be a good addition to our minors and maybe a bench piece, maybe a starter in the future. And then with our fourth pick, we have Jeff Swan, and he was a reliever we picked up, and a decent pick, 77 potential, so he could be a good addition to the bullpen a couple years down, and he has some great velocity. And we got catcher Stoddard. He was a bad pick, didn't work out, 66 potential, and he actually wanted more money than our first pick, so we decided not to sign him. Then with our last two picks, we got Kensing and Flutie, both starting pitchers, low 70 potential, so maybe someday they can be a part of the rotation. So I think overall it was a decent draft. Hopefully Balladares can maybe creep into the 90s. We'll see. But jumping right into the action, we're going up against the Chicago Cubs. And for you Mets fans out there, you remember the 2015 NLCS where the Mets swept the Cubbies. It's one of my favorite memories as a Mets fan. The Cubs missed the postseason last year, which was definitely surprising for many MLB fans. They were playing well in this franchise, so they'll probably make it back. But now, first batter of the game, we got Jeff McNeil going up against the lefty Lester. And first pitch swinging, McNeil grounds out to Lester. A quick first out. Two batters later, brings up Pete Alonso. And a full count. And he swings on top of a fastball, fouling it to the left. The next pitch from Lester, and he drives one to left field, but the left fielder is able to make the catch, Kyle Schwarber, on the warning track to end the inning. Now on the other side, we got Syndergaard on the mound. He's rocking the old-time road unis. First batter for the Cubs, Javi Baez. He pops out, and Alonso makes a great grab, reaching into the stands to collect the first out. Now Jason Hayward, he gets one, and he pulls it to right field, going off the ivy in right field for a one-out double. Hayward played a lot better last year. A good sign for the Cubs, who were definitely disappointed in Hayward's first season after giving him that huge contract. Now Chris Bryant up, and he gets a pitch to hit on 3-2, and he drives it right to McNeil, who's able to bring it in for the first out. Anthony Rizzo works a walk, and that brings up Victor Caratini. I believe he's a catcher for the Cubs. And Syndergaard gets him with a nasty slider to get him out of danger. Now top of the second, Cespedes on first after getting a single, and that brings up Davis, who is new to the platoon. He's only playing against lefties. He singles one to right, brings up Ramos. Ramos gets a hanger and he drives it through the hole near shortstop, giving the Mets the bases loaded with only one out. And that brings up Ahmed Rosario. The pitch from Lester, and he drives it, a bloop, and it just gets in front of the center fielder. But unfortunately, Ramos gets thrown out for the force out. But Cespedes does come home to score. And that brings Syndergaard up in the pitcher spot, trying to help his own cause. But Lester gets him to ground out with a weak contact. Now bottom of the third, Syndergaard with 2 scoreless innings. Javi Baez singles in his second at-bat, giving the Cubs a leadoff runner. And that brings up Hayward again. Syndergaard just misses with the high fastball, making it a 3-2 count. And with the sinker, he misses as well, as the Cubs have guys on first and second. And that brings up the powerful Chris Bryant. And he gets a hanger and he drives it to left field. And that gets over the wall, over the ivy. A 3-run shot for Chris Bryant, giving the Cubs a 3-1 lead. Now a couple batters later, now with 2 outs, Caratini up to bat. He had that important strikeout in the first. He gets a hanging changeup and he drives it to the right field gap. Conforto can't get there, and it goes all the way to the ivy as Caratini strolls into second. And that brings up Ian Happ, who has some power himself. Syndergaard gets him to swing over that slider. And then he comes up with the high cheese and strikes him out to end the inning, keeping the score at 3-1. Now here in the fourth, Conforto is on first. Davis up to the plate. And he drives another one to right field, giving him his second hit of the game. And the Mets are in business. Ramos up again. But he pops out to the center, to the catcher. A unfortunate second out. You would have hoped that he could have at least moved the runners ahead. But now the 1 out, Rosario up to the plate. He makes good contact, and that will fall in front of Happ as Conforto comes home to score. A huge hit by Rosario. Now after Syndergaard recorded an out, that brings up McNeil to turn the order over, the lineup over. A 3-1 count. And he makes good contact, driving up the middle. And that will allow Davis to come home to score, tying the game up. McNeil with another clutch hit. And now Cano, he makes good contact, driving it to left field. But it's just foul. What would have been an RBI double is just foul. Now in the 0-1 count, pitch from Lester. And he chases the curve and grounds out to second to end the inning. The game is now tied up. Now Hayward up to bat. He's already been on base twice. Syndergaard has a good changeup there, but it just misses. And now he gets Hayward to ground out to end the frame. A big bounce back inning for Syndergaard. But after a scoreless top of the fifth, the Cubs are back up to the bat. Schwarber is up. And he drives one to left field. He gets a hanging changeup. And it clears the wall, falling into the basket. A 365-foot lazy home run. A missed pitch by Syndergaard that Kyle Schwarber took advantage of. And that brings up Rizzo, and Syndergaard gets him on a slider that jammed him up. Now Caratini back up to bat after a ringing double in his last at bat. He grounds into the left. McNeil can't get to it, and he beats out Rosario's throw, a 2-out hit to extend the inning. And that brings up Happ, who gets a hanger, and he drives it to center. A no-doubt shot, giving the Cubs 2 more runs. Now here in the 6th, Eduardo Nunez on to pinch hit for Syndergaard. He has Ramos on first. Lester's still in the ball game. He makes good contact, driving it to left field. Ramos going to third, and that sets up the Mets perfectly. 2 guys in scoring position for McNeil. He gets a good fastball to hit, but he's just early, hitting it foul. Now the 2-2 pitch from Cotton. McNeil drives one to center field. Deep, but Happ makes the catch, and Ramos is tagging. And he's able to make it in just before the throw from Baez, the cutoff man. And now Cano up. He makes good contact, but lines out to Baez. A missed opportunity for the Mets. And here's Brad Brock having a tremendous season, a 2.16 ERA. He's coming on to hopefully keep this game to a 2-run deficit. But first batter up, he hits a ringing double to second. Now Javi Baez up. Already 2 hits on the day. And Brock gets him to fly out to deep left field, where JD is able to make the catch. Now with 2 guys on and Schwarber up. Schwarber just misses a cutter down the middle. The next pitch, Brock jams him, and he grounds out to Alonso to end the inning. Now moving forward to the top of the 8th here. Hard throwing Kimbrel is on the mound, and Davis has a tough task here. And after getting a fastball, he gets the knuckle curve as he strikes out. And that brings up Ramos. Ramos gets a curve that's hanging, and he drives one into the gap. But Happ gets there quickly as he keeps Ramos to 1 base. Now that brings up McNeil. Now with 2 guys out, 2 guys on. He's just late on that fastball. What could have been a huge hit for the Mets. The next pitch, it's a changeup that is just high. For sure that froze McNeil. But a lucky call going the Mets' way. And that brings up Cano, who's still looking for his first hit. Wick is now on in relief. And he gets Cano to chase on the high fastball. A huge, significant moment in this game, and Cano cannot cash in. Now Lugo on in relief. He gets the Cubs to go down 1-2-3. Here in the 9th, Alonso dribbles one to third, and Bryant makes a spectacular play to throw him out. And that brings up Cespedes. He's able to hit one up the middle, keeping this rally alive, or should I say starting the rally. And now Brandon Nimmo, he's able to lay off the cutter. A 2-2 count. Mets down to their last strike. The pitch from Winkler, and he gets Nimmo looking to end the game. Flashbacks to the Mets and Carlos Beltran getting called out looking against the Cardinals in the 2007 NLCS. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.